State University. This is West Virginia State Yellow Jacket women's basketball on MEC TV. The Davis and Elkins Senators paying a visit to Institute this evening as the first part of our doubleheader is set to get started in just a few moments. Women's game up first, the men to follow, a 7:30 tip-off scheduled for that one. I'm Daniel Woods. Welcome inside the Walker Convocation Center. Let's set those starting lineups for you. First, the visitors from Davis and Elkins, 1-14, under head coach Donna Carr in her fourth season. Janiyah Marion starts in the backcourt, 5'6", a sophomore from Centerville, Virginia. This team's leading scorer, averages 14 points per game. She's joined by Khalees Salter, 5'4" freshman from Tampa, Florida, averages about 3 points per game. Has seen her role grow as the season's gone on. It's a three-guard lineup with Brianna Sapp, 5'5" junior from Tampa, averages 7.5 points per game and 3 rebounds. Up front, Caitlin Parker is a sophomore, 5'10" from Westmont, Illinois, a transfer from Roosevelt. This team's top three-point shooter at 38%. She's knocked down 18 threes so far this season. And Kylie Morris is a 5'10" sophomore from Orlando, Florida, 9 points, 5 rebounds per game on the inside for Davis and Elkins. On the other side for West Virginia State, it's 5 veterans in the starting lineup. Ajane Young is in the backcourt, the 5'6" senior from Neptune, New Jersey, up over that 10-point plateau for the season after leading West Virginia State Monday in its loss against Fairmont State. She's joined by Letitia Paris, 5'8" senior from Nashville, Tennessee, 10.5 points, 5.5 rebounds per game, 2 games removed from her career high of 24 against Point Park. Bailey Goins is a 5'10" senior from Nitro, West Virginia, this team's leading scorer at 16 points per game, has also hit 28 three-pointers in West Virginia State's 12 contests. She put up 35, a career high, back on Saturday in the win over Point Park. Up front, Amani Hickman, a 6-foot-tall senior from Huntington, West Virginia, 11.6 rebounds per contest, a transfer from Concord in her first season with West Virginia State. And Tyr Nyack, the 5'11" junior from High Point, North Carolina, spending time at Pearl River Community College and Gardner-Webb before joining this West Virginia State program. She averages 9 points and 6 rebounds since she became available for the start of the second semester. She's in the center jump circle for West Virginia State against Kylie Morris, who taps it back. It's grabbed by West Virginia State's Young. A quick pass underneath for Nyack, who lays it in, and the Yellow Jackets take the 2-0 advantage and pick up their full court 1-2-2 pressure. It comes onto the near side for Brianna Sapp, trying to navigate her way around Paris, lost her footing. It rolls up to Marion, who gets it over midcourt. Now a 3-on-1 situation off to the right side, and a corner jumper drops out of the right hand of Kylie Morris, the second leading scorer on this team, the sophomore from Orlando. Back comes West Virginia State, left of the circle, Nyack, back to Paris, around top of the key for Young. Hickman screens for her, working to her right, crosses over, left hand now, looks inside for Hickman, who's double teamed, nearly lost it, got it back to Young, 12 on the shot clock. She drives the baseline, bump, whistle, foul. Down on the baseline, Ajane Young on the drive for West Virginia State. First foul of the game, whistled against Davis and Elkins. They'll call it on Caitlin Parker, her first team number 1. Paris baseline inbound from the right side. Looking in for Hickman, got her on the left block, up over the double team, lays it in for 2. Again, full court pressure picked up deep in the corner. This is Sapp working her way out of traffic. Got it over midcourt. Head coach Whitney Bays from West Virginia State wanted a carry called, but didn't get that one. Left of the circle now, Marion attacks with a right hand, dribble to the free throw line, out for Parker. Three-pointer on the way from the right wing, no good, off the back of the rim. Rebound, Nyack, dribbling out of a double team, will push the other way. 4-on-3 for West Virginia State, stops dead on the top of the key and gives it up for Young straight away for West Virginia State, down to 20 on the shot clock. Nyack now onto the right wing for Goins, guarded tightly by Marion, who nearly poked it away. She works with a left-hand dribble, around to Hickman, reversed left wing, Paris attacking to the free throw line to Nyack straight away. Back inside, Hickman looks over her left shoulder, can't lay it in. Rebound on the inside by Parker. Outlet Marion up the right side. Comes Davis and Elkins over midcourt with Sapp down onto the wing, and back between the circles, Marion to set the offense. 8:15 to go opening quarter. 4-2 West Virginia State's advantage. Weaving her way into the lane on the drive. Sapp bounced out looking for Salter. It's through her hands, but she tracks it down once again. Drives to the free throw line, spins and kisses it off the glass. Young got tripped up as she went through the lane, and Salter able to spin away from her and put it off the window for 2. Back comes Goins into the high post. Hickman, one dribble, 12-foot jumper, rims out, rebound underneath. Salter for Davis and Elkins. Senators want to run right side to Sapp. Foul line extended, will pull it back out to Salter, and now Marion to reset. Marion, the top scorer for Davis and Elkins, over 14 points per game. Nearly had it taken away by Hickman. It's deflected into the backcourt. She'll reset down to 12 on the shot clock. Dribbles left side, now lost it again deep into the corner. Picked up now inside for Salter at the free throw line. Back left wing, here's Marion to hoist the three. She swished it. 7-4, Davis and Elkins takes its first lead. Goins with the ball left wing for West Virginia State. One-handed out high for Hickman. Back onto the right side wing for Paris. Works off the ball screen. Underneath Hickman. Pass deflected. Stolen. Marion up the floor out in front of everybody. Morris to the basket. Lays it in. And a timeout called by West Virginia State's Whitney Bays at the 6:59 mark of this first quarter. Davis and Elkins has jumped out to a 9-4 advantage. 30-second timeout called by West Virginia State. They'll turn it into a media timeout. We'll step away. Davis and Elkins leads West Virginia State 9-4. It's Yellow Jacket basketball on Mountain East TV.
We're there to serve, make sure we're creating a fair atmosphere for both teams, upholding the integrity of the game.
I chose to be an official. It's the best decision I've made.
In life, things aren't scripted. Games aren't pre-scripted. You know, I got into officiating because my father was an official. Officiating was part of our family life. It wasn't just the game.
Get to be outside, get to experience the game. It's so much more fun. You can get a lot out of it.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
To help me become not only a better official, but a better person.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
And it's just been wonderful.
Your whole health is more than what's on a chart in your doctor's office. That's why WellPoint has Medicaid plans that care for the whole you, with places that unlock potential. Care that speaks your language and comes to you on your terms. Medicaid from WellPoint. Your whole...
West Virginia State basketball back out of the timeout. Goins looking inside for Michaela Smith, who's checked in. She grabs it left elbow, hands off Paris, whistle and a bump. Called against Davis and Elkins. They'll get Salter. Here at the 6:45 mark of the first quarter, West Virginia State trails 9-4. First substitutions for the Yellow Jackets are Smith into the game along with Delaney Brooks, who had a season high back on Monday in the loss against Fairmont State. She gets the ball between the circles. Works on a right-hand dribble, back out high. Nyack straight away, shot fake. She attacks down the lane, off balance, shot high off the glass and in. Now a long pass up the floor through the hands of its intended receiver and out of bounds. Marion out of control. And it'll be West Virginia State ball with 3.5 minutes off the clock here first quarter. Goins dribble jog across midcourt. Working left of the circle. Nyack screens back to her right. Goins down the right side of the lane. Kick back to Smith straight away. Backing down into the high post, spins back left, kicked out. Here's Paris driving into the paint, puts up the runner off the nose of the rim, no, deflects the rebound out, tipped back into Goins. She works the baseline with 20 on the shot clock, had it poked free, stolen away, back the other way. Davis and Elkins, long pass ahead in the direction of Marion, who slammed into Paris. She slid in front and drew the charge. Long pass up the floor from Salter. But Morris, didn't get her feet underneath her quite yet as she took it to the basket against the defender in Letitia Paris. Team foul number 3 against D&E. West Virginia State back with the ball down 3. Goins across midcourt with a right-hand dribble to Smith at the head of the key. Works it to Paris, right side of the handoff. Nyack now left of the circle. Harassed by Morris. Gives it up for Brooks. She drives into the paint. Runs into a defender. It's knocked away, went up with the shot, never got there. Back comes Salter in transition, double teamed inside the three-point arc. Back around for Marion looking inside, and she dragged her pivot foot. She traveled. Another change for West Virginia State. Emily Anthony into the game to replace Brooks. This is a shorthanded West Virginia State team again. No Genesee Byrd, no Kenley Rogers, no Lillian Jackson for West Virginia State or Ellie Clausen. Those four have missed the last handful of games. So Anthony played her biggest minutes of the year back on Monday against Fairmont State. She gets an early call here as Nyack takes it left of the lane. Off-balance shot won't fall. Paris chasing the rebound. Gets tied up with Morris. The arrow is with Davis and Elkins. And D&E is going to make its first substitution. Jalea Garner will check in, 5'8" freshman from Rocky River, Ohio. Seeing her role grow as this D&E team has made its way into conference play. A trap here at midcourt for West Virginia State. It's worked out of onto the left side for Parker, back to Marion, reverse left side corner. Into the hands of now Parker at the free throw line. Swung around left side, Marion driving off the front of the rim. No offensive rebound. Garner forces it back up and in. 11-6, the Davis and Elkins advantage. Back comes Letitia Paris up the left side, working the wing, crosses over down the baseline. Hit from behind by Marion, a whistle and a foul. Hickman set to come back in for West Virginia State. And she will replace her fellow Huntington native, Michaela Smith. West Virginia State ball out of bounds, 4:44. First quarter, Yellow Jackets trailing 11-6 here against Davis and Elkins. D&E still looking for its first conference win. West Virginia State with 2 under its belt would certainly like a third. Left wing Anthony off the inbound, back to Goins. Quick trigger left corner 3, missed long. Rebound high in the air, grabbed by Morris for Davis and Elkins. Double team to the backcourt, skips it across Marion to bring it over midcourt. Marion sizing up Paris, crosses over left hand, bumps into the fender, a whistle and a foul called against West Virginia State. Paris a step late to slide in front. Team foul number 1 against West Virginia State. We'll put the ball out of bounds. Baseline left for Marion. She lobs it out high for Morris. Couple of dribbles down. She'll hoist the 3 over Hickman. Missed it off the backboard. Long rebound grabbed by Goins. Back comes West Virginia State 2-on-2. Goins working down to the baseline right side. Underneath for Nyack. Turnaround push shot off the front of the rim. Grabbed by Garner. 4:10 to go. First quarter. West Virginia State trails it by 5. Garner to the top of the key. Hands off for Parker, and right of the circle gets it to Marion. The point guard will set with 20 seconds on the shot clock. Hands it off for Sapp, who centers the ball out high again. She attacks with the left hand in against Paris. Soft balance shot high off the backboard. No. Rebound tip grabbed by Paris. 4-on-2 run out West Virginia State. Paris off right side. No look pass. Nyack. Mid-range jumper. No. Rebound grabbed by Sapp with 3:45 to go first quarter. Jogs it over midcourt, working to the left side. Crosses over back to her right. Working on Anthony, now drives to the free throw line, out to Garner, who traveled. Shuffled her feet as she backed her way into the corner. Both teams will make some substitutions. Young and Smith back in for West Virginia State to replace Paris and Nyack. And it's Addison Borum, another freshman, into the game for Davis and Elkins for the first time. 5'9" out of Walkersville, Maryland. Anthony handles the point here for West Virginia State. No less than 3 capable ball handlers on the floor for the Jackets right now. She crosses over, working on Borum. Down the left side, turns the corner, scoop shot, no. Rebound, Smith inside. Gets it out of traffic for West Virginia State. Shot clock resets to 20. Right wing Goins, a shot fake into the corner for Anthony. She brings it back out high. Anthony attacking with the left. Gets around the defender again, can't finish. Offensive rebound, Hickman scores it. Stick back for Monty Hickman, makes it a 1-possession game, 11-8. 3 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. Borum will run the point off the bench here for D&E. Gets it to Marion right side. West Virginia State's gone into a 2-3 zone. Marion gets it back from Garner. Skip left side. Borum overhead pass to the corner. Parker. Shot fake. 1 dribble. 17-footer as Goins goes by. Can't get it to go. Rebound for Michaela Smith. Back comes West Virginia State. Doesn't have the numbers. She'll settle it up, pitch it back for Goins. Thought about the transition 3. Instead, she'll work right of the lane into the high post for Hickman. 1 dribble, runner no. Got her own rebound, spins left. She's bumped, a whistle, a foul. And West Virginia State will see some free throws for Monty Hickman. Both of these teams struggling offensively so far. West Virginia State in particular is 4 of 15 from the floor. Davis and Elkins has more had problems with the turnovers. 4 of them in the last 4.5 minutes in a scoring drought of more than 2 minutes. So Hickman at the line. That's the second foul called on Caitlin Parker. First shot for Hickman off back iron, no. 68% free throw shooter Hickman. She's got some three-point touch, so you think there may be a little bit of a higher percentage in there somewhere. Second shot on the way. That one off the nose of the rim, and she gets the roll. 2-point game. D&E leads West Virginia State 11-9. Borum quickly the other way. Up to the left wing, Marion. West Virginia State still working out of that zone defense. Borum between the circles. Reverse right side, Morris. Skip pass nearly goes over Marion's head. She grabs it left of the circle, drives on Anthony around her. Skip pass back across to the right side as she leaves her feet. They reverse it to Garner, who lost the handle. Pass tipped out of bounds. West Virginia State ball. Garner got out of control on her way down the lane. Sydney Prince is checked in for Davis and Elkins, another freshman, 5'10", on the inside to replace Parker. Coming up on 2 minutes to play first quarter, it's a 2-point game, 11-9. Davis and Elkins ahead of West Virginia State. Bounced into the high post, Michaela Smith off the left elbow. Looking inside for Hickman, instead pitches it to Goins. 2 dribbles working to her left, back to Smith on the give and go. An easy 2 for Michaela Smith ties the game. Borum pushing the tempo the other way for Davis and Elkins. Right side, Marion. Into the high post, Morris attacking Hickman, who rotated late. It's an easy look, and Kylie Morris scores. 90 seconds to go first quarter. D&E retakes the lead, 13-11. Goins the other way, sizing up Garner. Out for Hickman, right of the circle. Hickman with a right-hand drive on Prince. Puts it high in the air, and she's fouled. Didn't draw iron there, did Hickman, but she'll go to the line for 2. She was whacked by Prince as Borum gives way to Jatia Marks, another freshman, 5'6" out of Tampa. That's already 5 freshmen that have seen the floor in this game for Davis and Elkins coach Donna Carr. First free throw missed by Hickman, left it off to the left side, so she can't tie the game here. 1:20 to go first quarter. It's Davis and Elkins ahead 13-11. An efficient first quarter so far for D&E, 6 of 11 from the floor. Second shot in for Hickman. 1-point ball game. Here's the pressure again from West Virginia State with Paris and Nyack back in. Out of the trap, it goes to the left side. Marion, she breaks the time stripe, attacks 3-on-2, pulls up from the free throw line, no. Rebound, grabbed by Marks, kicked out Garner. Back to Marion straight away. Right side, Morris driving on Nyack, spins to her left, off balance shot, no. Rebound inside for Goins of West Virginia State. A minute to play first quarter. Jackets can take the lead. Goins stops out on the right side, back to Nyack, reversed on the left wing. Young works the pick and roll with Nyack going to her right, back to Hickman. And on to the right side, Letitia Parrish. She drives left hand, steps through the lane, ball poked loose, taken by Morris. Up the right side comes Marks into the front court, 3-on-2. Dished left side, Morris over Nyack. She's whacked and fouled. Free throw coming up for Kylie Morris, the 5'10" sophomore. Shoots 50% at the stripe. That foul called on Nyack is her first here at the 39-second mark of the first quarter. And that's going to bring Emily Anthony back in for West Virginia State to replace Ajane Young. Morris to the line, first shot on the way, it rims out. Morris just about doubling her production from last year, 5 points, 3 rebounds per game as a freshman, up to 9 and 5 here in her sophomore season. Second shot rims out as well. We get a whistle on a lane violation. That's going to go against West Virginia State. They'll give Morris another bite at the apple. She leads all scorers, matched with Amani Hickman of West Virginia State with 6 points here in this first quarter. And her second attempt at the second shot hits the nose of the rim and is grabbed by Tier Nyack. West Virginia State ball, 10-second difference between shot and game clock. So we'll see what Bailey Goins can line up here in the half court. 30 seconds, crosses over left hand, looking for Nyack high post. Morris reaches in, hit her from behind. A whistle and a foul will put West Virginia State at the free throw line with Tier Nyack. The foul called against Morris is her second. And it's going to bring a sub up off the bench as Coy Shabazz is going to check into the game. Sophomore from Norfolk, Virginia at 5'11". Tallest player we've seen on the floor so far for D&E. And now Nyack will go to the free throw line with a chance to put the Jackets ahead. Limited reps at the line for Nyack so far. First shot is good. That ties the game at 13. She's now 5 of 7 at the charity stripe in her 5 games since joining this West Virginia State program. Second shot can put West Virginia State ahead. Sends it on its way. It's good. West Virginia State up by 1, 14-13. 22 seconds to go, first quarter. Right side, Shabazz back straight away. It goes to Marion. Crosses over right hand, bounced into the corner. For Mark, she steps through 2, fires up a wild shot that misses everything. Rebounded by Goins. Long pass up the floor. Paris in front of everyone lays it in. 3-point game, down to 4 seconds on the clock. Marion to midcourt, needs to get up a heave. She's not even going to try it. And West Virginia State will take its largest lead into the second quarter. 16-13 is the Yellow Jacket advantage after 10 minutes. This is West Virginia State Yellow Jacket women's basketball on Mountain East TV.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
We're there to serve, make sure we're creating a fair atmosphere for both teams, upholding the integrity of the game.
I chose to be an official. It's the best decision I've made.
In life, things aren't scripted. Games aren't pre-scripted. You know, I got into officiating because my father was an official. Officiating was part of our family life. It wasn't just the game.
Get to be outside, get to experience the game. It's so much more fun. You can get a lot out of it.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
It helped me become not only a better official, but a better person.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
And it's just been wonderful.
Three-point lead for West Virginia State at the end of the first quarter, 16-13. The Yellow Jacket advantage with a fresh 10 minutes on the clock. I'm Daniel Woods. This is West Virginia State women's basketball on Mountain East TV. This, of course, first half of a doubleheader between West Virginia State and Davis and Elkins. The men's game coming up tonight, scheduled for a 7:30 tip-off. It's West Virginia State basketball out of the timeout. Amani Hickman in the high post faces up to see the basket. She attacks with the left hand, now hands it off for Bailey Goins. A right-hand drive, pulls up with a teardrop from 8 feet, and it rattles in for West Virginia State's leading scorer. Jackets ahead by 5. A good set there for head coach Whitney Bays to start this second quarter. Now a good trap at midcourt leads to a turnover. Salter lost the handle. Anthony to Paris, who gets a friendly roll on the left-handed finish. 7-point West Virginia State lead. Salter across midcourt, trapped again. Double team this time by Goins, and Anthony Goins saves it in bounds. Ball loose, grabbed by Prince for Davis and Elkins. Back to Salter, left wing, around top of the key. Marion, reversed right side. Shabazz into the corner. Garner, one left-handed dribble, hoists that one. It goes off the backboard, then the rim. Loose ball out of bounds to West Virginia State. And a collision underneath between Nyack and Shabazz as Coy Shabazz shaken up. And assistant coach Chastity Schaefer for D&E is going to come out along with West Virginia State assistant director of sports medicine Haley Bassett. And a sub going to go to the scorer's table for the Senators as well. That's Delana Forrest. So Shabazz in some clear discomfort, talking it over with our assistant coach Shaver as well as West Virginia State's athletic trainer. Yellow Jackets off to a strong start here in the second quarter, scoring the first 4 points, forcing a couple turnovers. 7 D&E turnovers so far a minute into this second quarter. Yellow Jackets able to turn up the pressure a bit. And Emily Anthony getting some extended run here early on for the Yellow Jackets. She played 19 minutes back on Monday against Fairmont State. Impacted that game enough for Whitney Bays to stick with her as one of those first subs off the bench, as Shabazz is helped back to her feet and is going to be helped off the floor. Not putting any weight on that left foot, so she'll be checked out by the athletic training staff here from West Virginia State. And again, we hope that she's able to return later in this game for the Senators. West Virginia State basketball after the stoppage. It was out of bounds off of a long rebound back to the Yellow Jackets. It'll be Nyack to throw it in. And Goins to handle for West Virginia State. Dribble jog over midcourt, picks it up, bounces it high post for Hickman. Off the left elbow, finds Goins cutting to the hoop. She's hit, she scores, and she'll get another at the free throw line. Quick hitter for West Virginia State into the high post for Hickman. And Goins just cut straight to the hoop across Garner's face and got an open look at it. Scores it for 2, a chance for 3 at the free throw line to make this a 10-point game. Garner checks out. Brianna Sapp back into the game for Davis and Elkins. Second bucket for Goins here in this second quarter. Free throw on the way is good. Shoots 77% at the line. She's got another one to go there. 23-13, West Virginia State leads. Yellow Jackets by 10. Emily Anthony nearly with another steal. It's Salter across midcourt to break the timeline. Left side for Sapp with a left-hand dribble. Double team deflected, stolen. Anthony ahead for Goins. Touch pass up the floor. Paris by herself scoops it in on the left side. West Virginia State on a 9-0 run to start this second quarter. And now a steal for Anthony. Popped it up to herself. Open layup, scores. 27-13. Timeout, Davis and Elkins. An 11-0 start to the second quarter for West Virginia State has the Yellow Jackets fired up. And a timeout on the sideline from Davis and Elkins head coach Donna Carr. All of a sudden, this is a 14-point game, 27-13. This is Yellow Jacket women's basketball on Mountain East TV.
We're there to serve, make sure we're creating a fair atmosphere for both teams, upholding the integrity of the game.
I chose to be an official. It's the best decision I've made.
In life, things aren't scripted. Games aren't pre-scripted. You know, I got into officiating because my father was an official. Officiating was part of our family life. It wasn't just the game.
Get to be outside, get to experience the game. It's so much more fun. You can get a lot out of it.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
It helped me become not only a better official, but a better person.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
And it's just been wonderful.
Your whole health is more than what's on a chart in your doctor's office. That's why WellPoint has Medicaid plans that care.
27-13, the West Virginia State lead out of the Davis and Elkins timeout. The Yellow Jackets turning up the full court pressure here to start the second quarter, forcing 4 Davis and Elkins turnovers in less than a minute and 40 seconds to run this to a 14-point advantage. Across midcourt for D&E, the ball to Janiyah Marion. Back to Jatia Marks now. Marion across right side, still against the pressure. Skip pass backside through the hands of its intended target, Brianna Sapp, out of bounds. Turnover number 5 here in the second quarter and the 10th of the game for the Senators. 8:05 second quarter, West Virginia State basketball on an 11-0 run here to start the second. Bailey Goins with a right-hand dribble over midcourt. Gets 2 screens, top of the key, now goes on the attack, right in the lane, into the corner. Emily Anthony, catch and shoot 3, off back iron, no. Goins charging in for the rebound, knocked Brianna Sapp to the floor, and it will be Davis and Elkins basketball. Inbound against the pressure for Sapp. Back left side for Delana Forrest, getting her first time in this game. And now a long pass, nearly stolen again. Amani Hickman couldn't handle it, lost it out of bounds. And it will stay with D&E now in the front court. Marks to trigger West Virginia State, switching back man-to-man after working out of its zone press. Anthony guards the basketball, tried to take the charge. Instead, Marion attacks inside. Sapp bumped on her way to the hoop, got the shot away. She'll shoot two. So that will send Brianna Sapp to the free throw line, 5'5" junior. Addison Borum back into the game to replace Jatia Marks. First shot from Sapp drops in. 49% free throw shooter on the season. Averages 7.5 points a game. That's her first point of the night. Second shot, off back iron, rebound grabbed by Tyr Nyack. West Virginia State headed the other way. Goins long pass to Hickman, nobody picked her up, steps in front of Borum and scores it. Amani Hickman now with 8 for West Virginia State off the dime from Bailey Goins, 7:20 to go second quarter. Now a deflection for Paris, it's a steal. West Virginia State ball 3-on-2, Anthony down the lane, out to Goins, right corner three, she got it! Bailey Goins, corner pocket, puts it in for three. West Virginia State up by 18. Borum double team, throws it right to Paris, whistle foul. That'll go against West Virginia State. She was just a bit late getting into that passing lane. Well, you see the replay there. Bailey Goins off the feed from Emily Anthony, who's certainly taking advantage of her opportunity tonight. And the Yellow Jackets outscoring Davis and Elkins 16-1 to start this second quarter. Anthony, 2 assists, 2 steals, most of which has come here in the second. 6:54 to go in the second quarter. It's Sapp on the attack, spins through 2, draws the contact, and will get a couple of free throws out of it. Brooks and Young to the scorer's table for West Virginia State. That's going to bring Paris and Nyack out of the game. Will size down a little bit here for West Virginia State. Sapp back to the free throw line. 6:51 to go second quarter. That last foul caught against Tyr Nyack. That's her second. So we'll see if Whitney Bays keeps her starting forward over there with 2 fouls for the next 6:51. First free throw missed by Sapp. Back to the line for a second opportunity. This one on the way. That rims out as well. Goins chases the rebound. Whistle and a foul called on a hold for Sydney Prince. Goins was slapping that ball with her left hand because she couldn't put a right hand on it because that right hand was being held down by Prince, who's called for the foul. 6:49 to go second quarter. West Virginia State by 18, 32-14. That's the second foul called on Prince. Anthony runs the show as she brings it over midcourt. Works it left side, back out high for Goins on a one-handed pass. She drives right off a screen from Hickman, stops, kicks it back out. Brooks straight away, off for Anthony. Ball nearly knocked away by Borum. Anthony got it back, 10 on the shot clock. Hickman now right of the circle, dribbles, hands off Goins. Quick trigger 3 from way outside. Missed off the back of the rim, rebound inside Ajane Young, spins to the hoop. That won't go, rebound tipped away from Brooks, whistle foul, and it'll go against Davis and Elkins. It's called on Delana Forrest. Baseline out of bounds, West Virginia State. That's the first foul called on Forrest. Team foul number 3 on the Senators. Hickman lobs left of the circle. Goins right back inside. Hickman spins left, off the window, no, but a whistle and 2 foul shots coming up for Amani Hickman. West Virginia State knows it's got the size advantage inside with Hickman. They've repeatedly gone to her when they've had the opportunity, and she's paid it off. This is her 3rd trip to the free throw line, tied with Goins for a team-high 8 points. Tanisha Seymour checks in for the first time for D&E. First free throw in for Hickman, maybe going to try to match the size inside with Hickman. Seymour, a 6-foot junior from Nassau in the Bahamas. This Davis and Elkins team has some more size that are younger players that don't necessarily play as much. Second shot good for Hickman, inbound to Borum. Back to Forrest and across Borum right side, double team, navigates with a left-hand dribble across midcourt Marion. Touch pass back to Borum, inside Seymour, left corner jumper, missed long, offensive rebound. Sapp in against Goins is whacked by Young, and 2 free throws are coming up for Brianna Sapp, who's found her way to the free throw line a couple of times here in this second quarter. She's just not been able to capitalize. 20-point lead for West Virginia State as they've outscored the Senators 18-1 here in the second. Mention some size on the bench for Davis and Elkins. Seymour, the tallest player we've seen at 6 foot. They've got a freshman in Sophia Yancey at 6'2" that you think may be able to match up with Hickman, as could Ruby Smith, a 6'3" sophomore, but those two have both played limited minutes this season. Free throw missed by Sapp. And she'll get the second shot. This one off back iron as well. Grabbed by Brooks for West Virginia State. Outlet Young back to Goins. Hickman running the floor, but Goins didn't see her in time, didn't get the lob away. 5:50 to go second quarter. They go to Hickman in the high post. She faces up on Seymour. Looking inside for a cutting Brooks. The pass deflected, loose, out of bounds. West Virginia State ball. Smith, the sophomore in her second season with Davis and Elkins, has appeared in just 14 games. Yancey, just a handful of minutes here as a freshman so far. Inbound to Brooks, who wasn't on the same page with Goins and fired a fastball into the Davis and Elkins bench. Senators ball, trailing 34-14. Borum trots across midcourt. Reversed onto the right side for Sapp, back out for Forrest, and reversed left side for Marion down to the baseline. Seymour high post to Borum straight away. Will take the long two. Off backboard, no. Rebound Hickman, outlet Anthony. West Virginia State ball the other way. Anthony with some nice ball handling to get it into the front court. Back to Hickman, crossover right hand, steps through the double team, got it back, off the back of the rim, won't go. Rebound tipped by Anthony, off of Seymour, out of play. That's going to bring Caitlin Parker, back into the game for Borum. Picked up 2 fouls in that first quarter and hasn't been seen since. She's the top 3-point shooter on this team, has hit 18 of them so far. Inbound into the right side corner, Brooks, now to Goins, nobody picks her up, 3 on the way, missed everything. Out of bounds, back to Davis and Elkins. Pressure taken off for West Virginia State. It's Marion walking it up with 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Breaks the timeline around to the right side. Parker into the corner for Seymour. Skip back out high for Sapp, a left-hand drive. Back right of the circle for Forrest. One dribble, 17-footer. Off back rim, hits it a second time, and drops into the hands of Bailey Goins. Pushing it up the floor for West Virginia State over midcourt. Goes between her legs, crossover left hand into the free throw line. Finds Young cutting down the baseline. Nice feed, nice finish. Ajane Young had to double clutch it to get around the help side defender, but she scores it anyway. 22-point ball game. Left side Parker. Reverse top of the key, Marion. Shot fake, drives around Anthony. Right elbow jumper, got it to go. Stops a 9-0 West Virginia State run, but the Yellow Jackets still outscoring D&E by 17 here in the second quarter. Brooks left of the circle. Gives it up to Goins. Jab steps left, one dribble. Here's a 3, air ball. Rebound underneath Young. Back out high, deflected to Hickman. She'll take a dribble and fire the 3. Off back rim, no. Rebound Goins. Hangs in the air and puts it off the glass and in. Goins joins Hickman in double figures with 10. Top of the key, Marion, a right-hand drive. Back to Parker. Hoists the 3 over the outstretched hand of Anthony. It's off the front of the rim, out of bounds. Young lets it go. West Virginia State basketball leading by 22. And some new faces coming in. Michaela Smith returns for West Virginia State. And Whitney Bays is going to get a couple of her freshmen onto the floor. Jalen Vance and Felia Bright. Gets a breather for Goins, Anthony, and Hickman. It's Young to run the show with 3:30 to go here in the second quarter. Smith sets her a screen out high. She goes the other way. Double team, pass deflected, out of bounds. West Virginia State ball. Was looking for Bright cutting down the baseline, but it was batted out of play. A little bit of confusion there. Forrest went to take the ball out for Davis and Elkins, but it's West Virginia State ball. Small lineup for the Jackets. You've got Brooks and Smith out there, the tallest players at 5'8", as is Bright. Inbound comes to Bright, left wing. She'll bring it back out high. 15 on the shot clock with a right-hand dribble. Sends her team into motion, looks into the high post for Smith. That ball went off a foot. It's deflected into the backcourt. Grabbed by Bright with 8 on the shot clock. Brings it back into the front court. Bright down onto the right wing, 4 on the shot clock. Working, splits 2 defenders, puts it off the glass, but left it short. Rebound grabbed by Forrest, and she's bumped. A foul called against West Virginia State with 3:03 to go here in the second quarter. And that's going to be the 5th team foul against the Yellow Jackets. Called on Bright. That's going to put Delana Forrest at the free throw line for Davis and Elkins. So 2 shots here in the bonus. Closing in on halftime at Institute. First shot from Forrest is good. She's now 4 of 7 at the line this year. Limited opportunities. Started her career at Notre Dame College. Spent time in the junior college ranks at Garrett College, and then has been at Davis and Elkins for the last 2 years. This her 3rd. Rebound underneath off the miss by Michaela Smith. 3 minutes to go until halftime. She whips it inside for Brooks. Ball through her hands, deflected. Taken the other way, Marion with it. For Davis and Elkins, leading scorer has been held under wraps most of this first half. Bright defending Parker, who skips it across out of bounds. Looking in the direction of Seymour. Sent it wide and into the first row of bleachers. 2:47 until halftime. West Virginia State basketball again, a 21-point lead. Outscoring Davis and Elkins by 18 here in the second. Bright bounced inside for Smith at the left elbow. Fakes the handoff, spins, takes it to the hoop, splitting 2. Out for Bright left side. She'll hoist the left-handed 3. Missed it long. Push on the rebound called against Delaney Brooks of West Virginia State. And that again is going to put Davis and Elkins at the free throw line. Foul caught on Brooks is her first. And Caitlin Parker will go to the free throw line. She's attempted just 4 free throws this whole season. She's made all of them. Transfer from Roosevelt. 5'10" sophomore, misses the first. Call it the announcer's jinx. 2:31 to go, second quarter. It's a 21-point ball game. Second shot for Parker off the right side. No, just nothing will go down for her. Rebounded by Michaela Smith, pushed the other way for West Virginia State. Settles it at the top of the key, gives it off for Falia Bright with 2:20 to go until halftime. Bright pulls it back out to set the play for West Virginia State. And a fastball of a pass there, deflected out of bounds by Sapp. And it's going to allow Davis and Elkins to make a substitution as Garner will check into the game. Replaces Seymour. Young will trigger from the top of the bench. 2:15 to go until halftime. Gets it to Bright, 12 on the shot clock. Picked up the dribble. Back to Young, right of the circle. Smith steps out to screen for her. Young on the attack with the left hand. Back out to Brooks straight away. She drives right of the lane. 3 on the shot clock. Bright needs to fire. She does. It's an air ball. Missed everything. And it's Davis and Elkins basketball. Marion runs the show for Davis and Elkins. One finger in the air as she calls out the play onto the right side and into the corner for Parker. Reach in called against Bright. And that'll put Parker back at the free throw line. Second foul called on Bright, the freshman from Riviera Beach, Florida. Free throw there from Parker. Drops in, makes it a 20-point game. Second shot for the sophomore. That one's good too. She makes them both. Davis and Elkins back within 20, 38-19. Jackets have them doubled up. Bright the other way up the left side. Smith screens for her, around to Brooks, right wing. Vance, a couple left-handed dribbles, takes the three. And we're going to get an illegal screen called against West Virginia State first. They'll get Brooks on it. That's her second. Player control foul, so no free throws here for Davis and Elkins. 1:35 to go until halftime. They're going to try to chip away at this lead, outscored 22-6 here in the second quarter. Marion across midcourt onto the right side for Sapp to attack with the left hand. Back to Garner, jab step, three, got it. Jalea Garner rattles it in. Her fourth three-pointer of the season. 38-22, West Virginia State ahead. Bright trying to free herself up off the dribble. Back to Vance, left side. Brings it between the circles and reverses it to Bright. Smith steps out to set the screen. Bright going to slow the pace a bit to Young, right of the circle. Taps her head for the play call, 10 on the shot clock. Young crosses over, working left side. Now back to her right, lost the handle, spins into the lane, 2 on the shot clock. She's tied up. The arrows with Davis and Elkins. Held ball. Back to D&E, under a minute to go here in this first half, 52 seconds to be exact. Fresh 30 on the shot clock. Marion walking it up, gets the call from Donna Carr on the sideline. To the head of the key, reverse left side. Forrest works down the baseline on Brooks, hangs, can't get it to go. Offensive rebound. Sapp had it blocked, but a foul as she's knocked to the floor. Important for West Virginia State to see who this is called against. It's Bright, so that's her third. Her and Brooks were both in the area, and they both pick up their third personal. Well, they don't both pick up their third personal. Bright picks up her third personal. 37 seconds to go here in the half. That's going to put Sapp at the line, where she has struggled. 1 of 6 from the charity stripe, now 2 of 7 in this game. So Davis and Elkins on a 7-0 run, could make it an 8-0 run, but it's missed off the back of the rim, And Smith with the rebound heads the other way into the front court for West Virginia State. Right side, Young. 28 on the shot clock. 4-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Brooks, handoff left side, Bright. Crosses over, goes on the attack, turns the corner of the defender, but the runner wouldn't go. Rebound tipped off the glass. Long, it's grabbed by Forrest for Davis and Elkins. She pushes it over midcourt. 1-on-3, knocked to the floor. A whistle and a foul on Brooks. And that's her third. 12.6 seconds to go here in this second quarter. It's going to put Delana Forrest at the free throw line. Anthony checking in for Bright for what is likely to be the final possession of this first half. West Virginia State led by as much as 22 here in this second quarter. But Davis and Elkins has scored the last 7 points. Forrest at the line. 1 for 2 there so far. First shot is good. Didn't play at all last year for this Davis and Elkins team. Got into 4 games in 2024 after transferring from Garrett College at the junior college level. Second shot missed off the right side. Rebound Anthony. West Virginia State's got to go. 10 seconds as she crosses midcourt. Working it down right side. Hands it off to Young. Off the screen from Smith. 5 ticks on the clock. Left side, Brooks driving. Double teamed. Out for Vance. Needs to get a shot away. And it's deflected and will not get there. Knocked down by Caitlin Parker, and that'll take us to halftime with West Virginia State out in front by 14. But Davis and Elkins closes the half on an 8-0 run. It's 38-24. We'll be back with second half action in just a bit. This is West Virginia State women's basketball on Mountain East Television.
For 50 years, Little General Stores has proudly served West Virginia, fueling families, friends, and communities across the Mountain State. To celebrate our golden anniversary, we're giving away $50,000 to thank you, our loyal customers. Little General Stores, 50 years strong and just getting started.
We're there to serve, make sure we're creating a fair atmosphere for both teams, upholding the integrity of the game.
I chose to be an official. It's the best decision I've made.
In life, things aren't scripted. Games aren't pre-scripted. You know, I got into officiating because my father was an official. Officiating was part of our family life. It wasn't just the game.
Get to be outside, get to experience the game. It's so much more fun. You can get a lot out of it.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
To help me become not only a better official, but a better person.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
And it's just been wonderful.
Your whole health is more than what's on a chart in your doctor's office. That's why WellPoint has Medicaid plans that care for the whole you, with places that unlock potential. Care that speaks your language and comes to you on your terms. Medicaid from WellPoint. Your whole health is our whole point.
For 50 years, Little General Stores has proudly served West Virginia, fueling families, friends, and communities across the Mountain State. To celebrate our golden anniversary, we're giving away $50,000 to thank you, our loyal customers. Little General Stores, 50 years strong and just getting started.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
We're there to serve, make sure we're creating a fair atmosphere for both teams, upholding the integrity of the game.
I chose to be an official. It's the best decision I've made.
In life, things aren't scripted. Games aren't pre-scripted. You know, I got into officiating because my father was an official. Officiating was part of our family life. It wasn't just the game.
Get to be outside, get to experience the game. It's so much more fun. You can get a lot out of it.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
To help me become not only a better official, but a better person.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
And it's just been wonderful.
Your whole health is more than what's on a chart in your doctor's office. That's why WellPoint has Medicaid plans that care for the whole you, with places that unlock potential. Care that speaks your language and comes to you on your terms. Medicaid from WellPoint. Your whole health is our whole point.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
For more than 125 years, West Virginia State University has been educating generations of students who have gone on to change the world.
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have. No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State. You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
We're there to serve, make sure we're creating a fair atmosphere for both teams, upholding the integrity of the game.
I chose to be an official. It's the best decision I've made.
In life, things aren't scripted. Games aren't pre-scripted. You know, I got into officiating because my father was an official. Officiating was part of our family life. It wasn't just the game.
Get to be outside, get to experience the game. It's so much more fun. You can get a lot out of it.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
To help me become not only a better official, but a better person.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
And it's just been wonderful.
Your whole health is more than what's on the chart in your doctor's office. That's why WellPoint has Medicaid plans that care for the whole you, with places that unlock potential. Care that speaks your language and comes to you on your terms. Medicaid from WellPoint. Your whole health is our whole point.
Ready to get the second half underway from West Virginia State. Yellow Jackets with a 14-point lead over Davis and Elkins at halftime in women's basketball action. A reminder, we've got men's hoops coming up after this one. Change for West Virginia State here to start the second half. Emily Anthony in the game for the Yellow Jackets in place of Ajane Young here to open the third quarter. She'll handle the point as time starts ticking away. Jalea Garner starts the second half for Davis and Elkins. Bailey Goins straight away for West Virginia State. Tatir Nyack left side, inside Amani Hickman. Back out Goins, jab steps, crosses over left side, back to Nyack, 15 on the shot clock. Attacks to the free throw line, hands it off for Letitia Paris. Lost the handle, of steal. Caitlin Parker takes it the other way for Davis and Elkins. West Virginia State gave up the last 8 points of the second quarter, so D&E, despite being down 14, has some momentum. It's Parker left of the circle, the right-hand dribble to give it up for Janiyah Marion. Driving on Anthony. Off balance shot, no off the backboard. Rebound Nyack. Shoveled up the floor. West Virginia State 3-on-2. Goins cross court pass. Paris. Nobody picked her up. Open layup two. Kylie Morris has already gone to the scorer's table for Davis and Elkins. She's the one starter that did not start this second half. Garner with the ball against the West Virginia State pressure. Gets it over midcourt. Lost the handle out of bounds. Morris coming in is going to replace Garner, whose stint on the floor to start the second half lasts just a minute and 1 second. Anthony holds three fingers in the air with the play call. 40-24, the West Virginia State lead. Waiting for her teammates to go into motion. High post to Nyack, fakes the handoff to Anthony, sizes up Morris, pitches it to Hickman. Right side Goins, they'll go pick and roll. Goins picks up the dribble. Inside Hickman, double teamed. Anthony cutting down the baseline, she lays it in. Good find from Hickman out of the double team. It's an 18-point game. Up the floor left side to Parker, out of the double team for Sapp, attacking on Nyack. Knocked off balance, couldn't get it to the rim. Rebound Paris the other way. Pushes for West Virginia State, will take it down the lane herself. She's hacked, she'll shoot two. West Virginia State a winner in two of its last three. Even in the absence of its second leading scorer in Lillian Jackson, who's been out since the Christmas break. Also without Genesee Bird, Kenley Rogers, Ellie Clausen, all players that have seen time this season, particularly missing its guard depth with Bird and Rogers. Free throw off back iron there from Paris. Her first free throw of the night. She shoots 79% at the line. Second shot on the way from the senior. That one swished home. Lead back to 19 for West Virginia State. Here's a long pass into the front court for Marion. Bounces off Anthony to Salter in the right side corner. Knocked loose by Nyack. She got it back. Jump stops down to the baseline. Out right side for Marion. Reversed Morris. Left side Sapp. Attacks in on Nyack. Wild shot, no. Rebound deflected. Hickman batted it out of bounds to stay with Davis and Elkins. Marion, the leading scorer on the season for D&E, held to 5 in the first half. She gets it into Morris right of the circle. She'll turn and take it from 17. It's no good. Rebound deflected away from Nyack, who gets it back and pushes it up the floor to Paris. She spins away from the defender. Loose ball grabbed by Parker. And her baseball pass up the floor goes into the scorer's table out of play. 7:52, third quarter, West Virginia State ball. 19-point lead here for the Yellow Jackets. A 5-0 run to start this third quarter. Goins will handle it this time. Anthony flanks out to the right side corner. Goins yo-yos it, working right of the circle. Anthony pops out high and gets it from her. She'll drive with the left hand. Backing in on the defender, spins down to the baseline, picks up the dribble to Hickman straight away. She drives with the left into Parker, bounces off of her, stops and puts it off the glass for two. Hickman just too strong for Parker and had the body control to stop and kiss it off the window. Pressure broken up the floor to Sapp with a left corner jumper. No. Rebound Nyack. Morris knocked to the floor. It's kicked ahead for Hickman. In on Parker. Her shot won't go. Rebound deflected out of bounds. Anthony tried to save it back in play. Morris is still down on the other end of the floor, and that's going to bring the training staff out again from West Virginia State. Delana Forrest is going to come in for Morris. Both teams will go to their benches. Morris was knocked down by Nyack on the rebound and was in a good bit of discomfort almost immediately. So we'll get a stoppage here with 7:13 left in this third quarter. Koi Shabazz went down with an injury for Davis and Elkins in the first half and has returned here after halftime in street clothes. So her night appears to be done. Morris helped back to her feet. A little bit unsteady as she does, but Looks like she's going to get back to the bench under her own power. So it's Davis and Elkins basketball off the deflected rebound. And again, Forrest into the game for Morris. 7:13 to go, third quarter. West Virginia State will again pick up its 1-2-2 pressure. D&E's done a much better job breaking it here after halftime. Looks like there might be some moisture on the floor they need to deal with before we can get play started again. Well, we've got towels, and they're pointing to a spot on the floor, but we're still waiting. 7:13 to go, third quarter. This one was delayed briefly before we started due to an issue with the shot clock buzzers, but appears that's been resolved. And now we are dealing with, I guess, what you would call spillgate. Now we've got a spray cleaner of some variety that they're taking care of it with and working with the towels as well. Tier Nyack over there along with Dream Muhammad for West Virginia State. Lillian Jackson has walked around to see what's going on too. Right at the end of the West Virginia State bench. And whatever it is appears to have gotten onto Tier Nyack's shoes as well, because they're wiping down her right shoe. But West Virginia State, with the first 7 points here in the third quarter, has taken a 21-point advantage. Yellow Jackets have started the second and the third with big runs. And if you're Whitney Bays, what you just got to hope for here is that the stoppage doesn't stem that momentum. I think we're ready to go again. Officials wiping up a spot as well with the shoes. And now I think we can play basketball. It's Parker to throw it in against the 1-2-2. Gets it to Salter on the right side. Back to Parker, and they'll get it across midcourt with a couple of passes. Parker straight on, drives into the paint, jump stops to the left side for Marion driving. She stops on a dime, can't get it to go from 8 feet off the front of the rim. Rebound ripped away by Nyack. West Virginia State ball, 6:55 to go third quarter. Nyack bringing it up herself, had it poked loose by Marion, gets it over midcourt to Anthony. She'll bark out the play call, working between the circles. High post left side for Hickman. Backing in on her defender, Forrest. Spins to her right. Hook shot, missed everything. Goins chasing the rebound. Threw it off the foot of Sapp. It's loose and grabbed. Down on the baseline by Forrest for Davis and Elkins. Across midcourt with a right-hand dribble for the Senators. Given up for Salter. Back to Forrest, right corner. She'll hoist the three off the front of the rim. Long rebound grabbed by Bailey Goins for West Virginia State. Wants to push right side. Goins finds Nyack, pass deflected. It gets to her anyway. She's hit on the arm, and she'll shoot two. Nyack was left all alone, cutting down the middle of the floor. It got it to her down on the right block, and she was hit in the process by Caitlin Parker. Nadia President is going to check in for Davis and Elkins, the sixth freshman to take the floor in this game for the Senators. 5'6" out of Somerville, South Carolina. Nyack at the line. First shot is good. 3 for 3 at the stripe. Nice night for Tier Nyack so far. 7 points, 7 rebounds. Averaging 9 and 6 through 4 games for West Virginia State. Second shot on the way. That's off the back of the rim. Rebound grabbed by Forrest, kicked up the right side to Salter, pushed across midcourt. Anthony poked it loose from behind. Stolen by Nyack, long pass ahead. Paris in on Forrest, hit as she shoots it, and she'll get 2 free throws as well. Another Davis and Elkins turnover, that is number 15. Team foul number 3, the second called against Delana Forrest. And it's going to be 2 shots for Letitia Paris. Paris at the line. Second season for West Virginia State has really emerged into a key piece. Her first free throw is good, averaged about 6 points and 3 rebounds last year. She's up to 10.5 and 5.5 this season. And she's in double figures again. That free throw, her 10th point. And do we have another spot on the floor? It looks like we do. Whatever it was that we were dealing with the towels earlier has been tracked up and down the court at some point in this second half. Looks like they've got that taken care of. Nyack is going to come out of the game. It appears she may be the culprit. Still another free throw for Paris. Michaela Smith checks in for West Virginia State. Second shot for Paris off the front of the rim. Rebound fought for. Anthony knocked it away from Sapp, but they say she did so by fouling her. And it'll be Davis and Elkins basketball. Team foul number 1 against West Virginia State. That is the first against Emily Anthony as well. 6 minutes to go, third quarter. Davis and Elkins basketball trailing by 23. Still yet to score here in the third. West Virginia State on a 9-0 run to start the second half. First touch for President, deep left corner, back to Forrest. And now down the baseline goes Brianna Sapp in against Hickman. Got a hip check and a couple of free throws coming up for Brianna Sapp. She's done well getting to the line, has just struggled once she's got there. Is 2 for 8 at the free throw line in this game. Second foul on Amani Hickman, team foul number 2. First shot from Sapp, rattles around and drops. 5:45 to go here in the third. That's the first point for Davis and Elkins after halftime. Second shot, that one swished home. 47-26, West Virginia State ahead. Goins runs the show, brings it over midcourt, bounces it, looking for Hickman inside. It's deflected by Forrest, but dribbled off of a foot. Grabbed by Hickman. Paris cutting to the hoop, can't finish it. Missed it with the left hand. Rebound President underneath. Gives it up to Marion. She'll push the other way. Over midcourt, down onto the right side, into a handoff with Sapp. 2 dribbles, pulls it from 17, left it short. Offensive rebound, President takes it back up. That rattles around and drops. Nadia President puts it in. First field goal of the second half for Davis and Elkins comes with nearly 5 minutes gone. Hickman onto the left wing for Paris. One-handed back out high for Michaela Smith. Handed off now for Goins. Defender goes under the screen, takes the long 3. Left it off the left side. Rebound deflected out of bounds back to Davis and Elkins. And that will take us to a timeout on the floor. 4:59 to go, third quarter. D&E trails West Virginia State 47-28. This is Yellow Jacket women's basketball on Mountain East TV.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
For more than 125 years, West Virginia State University has been educating generations of students who have gone on to change the world.
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
4:59 to go, third quarter. West Virginia State leads Davis and Elkins by 19, 47-28 our score. The Yellow Jackets scoring the first 9 points of this third quarter, but D&E has scored the last 4. And it is Senator basketball out of the timeout. Delana Forrest with Nadia President, Khalees Salter Janiyah Marion and Brianna Sapp for West Virginia State. Emily Anthony, Letitia Paris, Bailey Goins, Amani Hickman, and Tier Nyack. Salter breaks the pressure up the floor into the corner for Sapp. She'll try a 17-footer. It rims out, rebound long, grabbed off the bounce by Goins, headed the other way for West Virginia State. Traverses the court over to the left side, gets it back to Anthony to set things in the half court. 4:40 to go, third quarter. West Virginia State out to a 19-point lead. Anthony driving, gets around Marion, takes it in, left it short. Hickman battles for the rebound. She was hit awkwardly on her way back up, is in some discomfort, but is going to get some free throws. Just kind of threw that back up to the rim. Anthony just left it short off the glass. Hickman was hit from the side a bit as she was boxed out by Salter. And she's going to get 2 free throws here. Michaela Smith checking in. Maybe asked to shoot them because Hickman's shaken up here. And she is going to go to the sideline. And again, that's a loss that West Virginia State can't afford. Simply you lose your starting center, but you're already shorthanded in the front court as Smith misses the first free throw in the absence of Clausen and Jackson. Smith just 2 for 5 at the line this season. Second one is good. She's 3 for 6. 4:29 to go, third quarter. Lead back to 20 for West Virginia State. Salter working it up against the press. Has her pass deflected out of bounds by Goins. Somebody's got to throw it in for D&E. And it's going to be Salter that steps up and does it. 4:23 to go in this third quarter. 48-28, the West Virginia State lead. It's Salter double teamed out high by Anthony, and Goins turns and finds Forrest. Contested jumper from the free throw line, left short. Anthony chases down the rebound. One hands a pass that's popped up into the air and grabbed by Marion, headed the other way, 3-on-1. Runs into Anthony, offensive foul. Anthony stood her ground, got run clean over, and it's going to be Yellow Jacket basketball. .404 to go, third quarter. That's the third foul on Marion. And West Virginia State will bring it over midcourt. Anthony with the ball in her right hand. Smith screens out high for her. She drives on President. A whistle, a foul away from the ball. And it's an illegal screen caught on Michaela Smith. Was trying to free Goins up. And it looked like President went crashing to the floor. First foul on Smith. Team foul number 2 here in the third. West Virginia State without a field goal in more than 3.5 minutes. Forrest double teamed, whipped it right at Smith, who knocked it down. It falls to Anthony. Lobbed ahead, Goins, touch pass. Paris fouled. She can't put it in, but she'll shoot 2. That foul is caught on Salter. That's her third, team foul number 5. And Paris was going to get free throws either way, but West Virginia State is in the bonus. Salter checks out of the game. Jatia Marks in for Davis and Elkins. First free throw from Paris knocked in. West Virginia State looking for its third conference win of the season. Second shot good. And the Yellow Jackets lead by 22, 50-28. Press broken. Forrest to President, who threw it away. Paris ran back into the play and picked it off. West Virginia State ball. Across midcourt, up to Nyack. Nobody picked her up in transition. She's undercut on her way to the hoop and will shoot 2. Got hit by Forrest as she took it up. Good find from Paris. That was President that committed the foul. Excuse me, just rotated late. Ajane Young is going to check in for the first time in the second half for West Virginia State, along with Delaney Brooks. Goins and Paris are going to get a breather. And Nyack goes to the free throw line. 3 for 4 there. Make it 4 for 5. 3:23 left third quarter. West Virginia State aiming to finish the job. Second shot from Nyack, nothing but net. Pressure pulled off here, and Marion will jog it over midcourt. Working down the right side into a handoff for Marks. She attacks with the left hand into the corner now for Forrest. Shot fake going in on Nyack, double teamed, back out onto the wing for Sapp. Finds President cutting into the lane, backs in on her defender Brooks and missed it off the backboard. Rebound Nyack, 3 minutes to go, third quarter. Gets it over midcourt with a left-hand dribble, hands it off for Young out on the wing. Top of the key now to Michaela Smith. Brooks pops out and gets it. Now off with a left-hand dribble working off the Smith screen. Handed back to Nyack. They'll reset. 13 on the shot clock. Anthony left wing driving. Kicks it out for Smith. Pass deflected. She got it back into the lane. Pulls up from 15. No off the back of the rim. Rebound underneath. Nyack will pull it back out. One-handed pass across to Young. She backs in on Marion. Double teamed out for Brooks on the sideline. Tiptoes and keeps it inbounds. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Inside down on the block for Young. She turns. Fall-away jumper won't go. Rebound underneath Tier Nyack for West Virginia State. Lob back to Brooks straight away. Crossover left hand poked away. Anthony got it back. She splits two. Has the shot blocked. Rebounded by Smith inside. 10 on the shot clock. Finds Brooks cutting down the lane. She couldn't finish. Young has the rebound. She's grabbed on the wrist and fouled by Forrest. It's going to be free throws for West Virginia State. 2:09 to play third quarter. Ajane Young goes to the free throw line for West Virginia State. Davis and Elkins makes some changes. Jalea Garner back in, along with Addison Borum and Kylie Morris. Young at the line. Just 2 points for her tonight. First shot on the way is good. Now she's got 3. 77% free throw shooter, has taken a huge leap here in her second season with West Virginia State from averages of about 3 points and 1 rebound to 10 and 4 as a starter most of the year. Second shot good for her. Makes it a 26-point game, 2:09 to go third quarter. Borum, the freshman point guard for Davis and Elkins, bringing it up against Brooks. Centers the ball and reverses it now right side. And a back into the corner for Borum off the pass from Sapp. She whips a one-handed pass out high. Inside for Morris. Spins on Brooks. Cut off by Smith. Bumped in a travel called. Lost her pivot foot as she turned. And a turnover back to West Virginia State, who will make a change. Jessica Osawana checking in for the first time. 6'3" junior from Tappahannock, Virginia. 1:52 to go in the third quarter. It's a 26-point game. Anthony, against some token pressure from Marks, breaks the timeline. Now attacks with the right hand down onto the wing. Settles it back up and sends it to Brooks between the circles. Brooks working over left side into a handoff with Osawana. Reversed out high for Michaela Smith. The right-hand dribble from her, given up for Young. Young between her legs, working in on Borum. Turns the corner, scoops, finger rolls it in. Plus the foul. She'll get a chance at 3. Strong move to the hoop from Ajane Young. And West Virginia State is 2 points away from going up by 30. That foul called on Borum is her second. And Ajane Young with a chance at the old-fashioned three-point play. Sends it to the rim. That's good. 92 seconds to go, third quarter. It's a 29-point ball game, 57-28. Borum jogs it up the floor. West Virginia State's dropped into a 2-3. It's Garner on the left wing. Skipped over right side. Marks on the drive. Gets around 2. She's hit by Osawana as she puts the shot up, and she'll get a couple of free throws out of it. 10-0 run for West Virginia State over the last 3 minutes. And Marks will go to the free throw line where she's been sharp all year, 88% at the stripe for the freshman. Speaking of freshmen, Falia Bright going to the scorer's table for West Virginia State. First shot from Marks off the back of the rim, no. And they're going to tell Bright to stay at the scorer's table after that first shot. Second attempt here coming from Marks. Sends that to the rim and sinks it. Bright will check in for Anthony. So Whitney Bayes dipping a little deeper into the bench here late in the third quarter, ahead by 28 points. Get Osawana and Bright some of the lesser used reserves. 1:15 to go here in the third. Bright handles it out high, looking underneath for Osawana, who had good position, couldn't handle the pass and threw it away. Borum steals it up the floor left side. Garner, uncontested, lays it in for two. Young pressured the length of the floor by Marks, is going to settle things down, the senior guard. Directing traffic, nearly had it poked away. Got it back with a left-hand bounce, now picked it up. Needs to find a teammate, finds Smith, and Whitney Bays wants a timeout. First called timeout of the second half means it's immediate timeout with 48 seconds to go here in the third. West Virginia State leads it by 26. It's Yellow Jacket women's basketball on Mountain East TV.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
For more than 125 years, West Virginia State University has been educating generations of students who have gone on to change the world.
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
West Virginia State basketball out of the timeout. 48 seconds to go here in the third quarter. A 26-point lead, 57-31. Falia Bright to trigger for West Virginia State. Bounces it into Michaela Smith, who nearly had it taken by Garner. Handed back to Bright. Kicked left wing. Ajane Young with an open look at three. Swish! Big third quarter for Ajane Young. She's up to 10 for the Yellow Jackets, 8 of which have come after halftime. Borum down the baseline. Davis and Elkins. It's deflected, taken by Brooks. 30 seconds to go, third quarter for West Virginia State. Bright up the floor. Young, left hand can't finish, but she's fouled. And there's 2 free throws coming up for West Virginia State's Ajane Young. Young perfect at the stripe, 3 for 3. First one doesn't go though. Again, call it the announcer's jinx. Second shot from Young, hits back iron, won't go either. Rebound tipped, grabbed underneath by Michaela Smith to Osawana. Right side Brooks. Fakes a pass back to Smith out high. Inside Osawana with the size advantage. Couldn't stick it in with the left. Rebound grab. Kylie Morris headed the other way for D&E. 10 seconds. Her pass deflected looking for Garner. It goes out of play. 60-31 our score with 9 seconds left in this third quarter. If you round up, which I do. Inbound comes to Garner, top of the key. Thought about the three. Now puts down a right-hand dribble. Gives it up to Sapp. 3 seconds. Bright caught reaching in. Is called for her 4th personal. And that's team foul number 4 against West Virginia State here in the third. And I think we had a little bit of confusion. And it is going to be the team foul number 5 against West Virginia State. So that puts Sapp at the line for 2. She spent a lot of time there, attempted 4 of them, 4 for 10. First shot up and in. Second on the way, off the nose of the rim, rattles and drops. 60-33, West Virginia State ahead. 3 seconds, inbound Young, up the floor Bright with a heave at the buzzer. It won't count, but it almost went. That'll take us to the fourth. West Virginia State leads Davis and Elkins 60-33. It's Yellow Jacket basketball on Mountain East TV.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy trails, fuel up the way West Virginians do at Little General Stores. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
For 50 years, Little General Stores has proudly served West Virginia, fueling families, friends, and communities across the Mountain State. To celebrate our golden anniversary, we're giving away $50,000 to thank you, our loyal customers. Little General Stores, 50 years strong and just getting started.
Your whole health is more than what's on a chart in your doctor's office. That's why WellPoint has Medicaid plans that care for the whole you, with places that unlock potential. Care that speaks your language and comes to you on your terms. Medicaid from WellPoint. Your whole health is our whole point.
10 minutes to go, West Virginia State and Davis and Elkins in Mountain East Conference women's basketball action. First half of a doubleheader. A reminder, West Virginia State men's basketball follows after the 20-minute warm-up period. You can watch that here on Mountain East TV or tune in to hear my voice as well. Simulcasted on 107.3 The Beat, 107.3thebeatwv.com as well for radio coverage all season long of West Virginia State, or you could stick around right here and watch the game on Mountain East Television. Davis and Elkins basketball out of the quarter break, and it's Khalees Salter back in. Jalen Vance is checked in for West Virginia State. Jatia Marks with it right side for D&E. Picks up the dribble into the corner. Now for Sapp, who drives the baseline. Around one defender, puts it up over Osawana, won't go. She tips the rebound to herself. It's kicked ahead for Ajane Young for West Virginia State. Osawana left alone underneath, got the feed from Young and finishes it. 30 seconds gone, West Virginia State up 29. Left side, Marks, back right of the circle, Salter, kicked out for Kylie Morris. Vance reaching in, couldn't poke it away. Pass inside, batted by Osawana, out of play. Inbounds pass reversed onto the right wing, looking for Sapp. Her pass inside for Morris, deflected and stolen. Whipped up the floor for Delaney Brooks. West Virginia State with a minute gone here in the fourth quarter. Leads it by 29. Young pick and roll, Osawana down the lane, lays it in with the left hand. Puts West Virginia State ahead by 31. Morris, high post the other way, steps through, fouled by Osawana, and she'll shoot a pair. Kylie Morris back to the free throw line, shoots 50% there, second leading scorer for this Davis and Elkins team on the season. Averages 9, she's scored 6. Falia Bright checks in for West Virginia State, and it looks like they're going to bring Sophia Yancey in for Davis and Elkins. First shot on the way from Morris, missed off back iron. .8:39 left, fourth quarter. Another crack at it for Morris. That rims out, rebounded by Michaela Smith for West Virginia State. 8:35 to go. This one well in hand for the Jackets, looking to close it out. Jalen Vance gets the ball left side, driving on two defenders, is tied up. President came out with the basketball. It's a held ball to stay on this end, and Yancey is going to check into the game for Jatia Marks. Bright will send it in for West Virginia State. Gets it to Smith at the head of the key. She fakes the handoff, now backs in, draws a double team to Bright straight away. Fakes a pass, takes the three, missed it left side. Rebound underneath for Morris. Coming up on 8 minutes to go. Morris stops top of the key, left side for President to drive the baseline. Pulls up with a runner, left it off the back of the rim. Rebound kicked out right side. Salter mid-range, Jay, no. Rebound, Michaela Smith will push for West Virginia State. 3-on-3 into the front court. Cross-court pass for Bright. Great find. She couldn't lay it in, but the rebound is deflected out of bounds. Back to Davis and Elkins. .7:56 left fourth quarter. 64-33, the advantage for the Yellow Jackets. 2-3 zone here in the half court. President into the corner for Yancey. And now President pops back out and gets it from Salter. Salter again with 15 on the shot clock. Skip pass right side. Sapp drives around. Brooks kissed it off the window, puts it in. 7:35 to go. West Virginia State with its 29-point advantage. Bright works it between the circles. Dribbles into a handoff over there with Vance out on the wing. Back to Osawana straight away. Reverse to Smith left side. Backdoor cut looking for Brooks. The pass picked off, taken the other way by Sapp. 3-on-2 into the front court. She's picked up by Smith. Drops it off President. Here's a right wing three. Swish. Nadia President with three off the bench. 7 minutes to go. Osawana cutting down the lane. Didn't get her feet set. Missed the layup. Rebound for Sapp, headed the other direction. Nobody picked her up. She'll stop and fire from 17 and knock it down. Whitney Bayes not pleased with what she sees. Going to bring her starting front court back to the scorer's table with Hickman and Nyack. 7-0 run for Davis and Elkins over the last 40 seconds. Osawana, top of the key. Right side, Vance working off the screen. Gets it back left of the circle to Brooks. She directs traffic, gives it up for Bright. Bright with a right-hand dribble. Goes between her legs, still trying to free herself with 6 on the shot clock. Inside to Brooks, one dribble, turnaround jumper, off back rim, no. Rebound pulled in by Smith to Osawana at the free throw line. 15-footer, got it in. Jessica Osawana was 6 off the bench for West Virginia State, showing a little touch with the 15-foot jumper. Anthony's gone to the scorer's table for West Virginia State as well, and Hickman's going to go back to the bench. Inside Yancey, fall away jumper over Hickman, rather Osawana won't go. Kicked out to Bright, up the floor. Vance off balance, layup, it drops. Jalen Vance on the run out for West Virginia State. West Virginia State having some fun. It's Yancey the other way. Skip pass deflected. Nyack and Anthony back to the bench for the Yellow Jackets. Looking inside, Yancey couldn't handle the pass. It's stolen by Brooks. Up to Bright. Bounced for Rance in the front court. To Brooks high post. Fakes left, fakes right. Osawana, free throw line jumper. That one off the nose of the rim. Smith chases the rebound. Sapp has it. And Smith comes up a little limp there and is going to be called for the foul. Clutching that right ankle. Hopping on her left foot as she came off. That's going to be some changes now for Davis and Elkins. Yancey out, Ruby Smith into the game. Borum checks back in, as does Forrest. So the most height we've seen on the floor in this game so far is 6'3" Osawana, 6'3" Smith matching up on the inside. West Virginia State in the 2-3 zone. On the attack, Salter took an extra step. Traveling violation called back to West Virginia State. Nyack in for Smith, who went out hobbling. She went back with the training staff. 5:12 to go in the game, 28-point lead. Bright working on Salter into the lane, knocked down. Did she get a shot away in time to get free throws is the question. They say she did, and she'll shoot 2. Marks coming in will replace Salter. First shot from Bright drops in. And she goes 2 for 2. And a turnover back to West Virginia State. That'll take us to a timeout with 4:59 to go in the fourth. West Virginia State leads it by 30. It's Yellow Jacket basketball on Mountain East TV.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy trails, fuel up the way West Virginians do, a Little General Stores. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
Your whole health is more than what's on a chart in your doctor's office. That's why WellPoint has Medicaid plans that care for the whole you, with places that unlock potential. Care that speaks your language and comes to you on your terms. Medicaid from WellPoint. Your whole health is our whole point.
West Virginia State leads it by 30, 70-40. Out of the timeout, Yellow Jackets get it off the turnover. 6-0 run for West Virginia State. Nyack inbounds backcourt for Bright. She pushes it across midcourt, goes on the attack, hands it off for Vance. Jab step, hoists the three, left it short, rebound underneath. Nyack is bumped and fouled by Forrest. Inbound will come left side from Brooks. Lobs it onto the wing for Nyack. Facing up, gets it into the corner for Brooks. Back to Nyack, reverse, right of the circle for Bright. And again to Nyack, left side. Brooks on the wing, down to 10 on the shot clock. She drives, runs into Smith, and they'll call a traveling violation on Brooks. Borum, with 4.5 minutes to go, runs it for West Virginia State. Her pass for Marks off a leg, now poked loose by Bright and out of bounds. Borum sets it in the half court. Skip pass left side for President. Bounced high post for Smith. Handed back to President on the drive. Lays it up over two and puts it in. And a quick pass back the other way. Too far for Vance, out of play. Borum works it into the front court. Now it goes to the top of the key for Forrest. High post Smith, kicked out right side, three-pointer no. Vance crashing for the rebound, tips it ahead to Bright. She tries to split two, it's deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with West Virginia State. Osawana to the top of the key. Nyack for Osawana, stepping in, backing in on Smith. Follow-away jumper off the nose of the rim, but she'll shoot two. Whistle, foul against Davis and Elkins. First foul on Smith. 6'3" junior from Masontown, West Virginia. Osawana shooting two. She's had a strong second half. Has run the floor well. Couple of buckets inside. The mid-range jumper. She makes the first free throw. Balanced attack for West Virginia State in this one. Paris and Hickman each with 12. Young and Goins each with 10. Now Osawana with 8. Nyack's got 9 to go with 11 rebounds. Borum finds a Cutting marks on the right side. 17-footer missed. Rebound tipped out to Bright. 3-on-2. Pushed ahead for West Virginia State. Out to Vance on the left wing. She'll bring it back out high and set it in the half court. 3.5 minutes to go here in the fourth. Nyack, top of the key, handed off for Delaney Brooks. Back to Osawana, left of the circle. Now to Vance. Swings it, right side, Nyack inside for Osawana, posted up. Kicked it out for Brooks, driving the baseline, double team, pass deflected. Grab saved, now back to Vance, whose runner in the lane is short. They reset the shot clock because Davis and Elkins had possession, and the rebound falls to Osawana, who puts it in on the third try. Double figures for Jessica Osawana. 32-point game. Borum drives, offensive foul. Ran over Vance, it's Yellow Jacket ball. Third foul caught against Borum. It'll bring Jalea Garner back into the game to replace Marks. 2:40 to go, Bright to Nyack on the left side. Now Brooks out high to Osawana. Inside for Nyack, posted up middle of the lane, draws a double, rips it away from Smith. They get tied up, and a foul called against Smith is going to be her second. And with West Virginia State in the bonus, it'll be 2 shots for Nyack. Ajane Young is going to check in for West Virginia State after the first shot. Nyack looking to break double figures for West Virginia State. She would be the 6th player to do so. First shot on its way, swished it home. 10 points, 11 rebounds, a double-double for Tyr Nyack. And 6 of 7 at the free throw line for the junior. Second shot, rattles and won't fall in. Rebound deflected out of bounds by Bright, and Young is going to come in for Nyack. 2:28 left in the game. Conference win number 3, all but in hand for the Yellow Jackets. Borum sets it up, hands it off for Garner. Skip pass right side, President. Back to the top of the key. Forrest driving left of the lane, pulls up from 15. It drops in over the outstretched arms of Osawana. Inbound Bright the other way for West Virginia State. Yellow Jackets looking to run some offense inside. Osawana double team, turned into Borum and drew the foul. Put the hook shot high off the glass. They'll get Borum for her 4th. And that's going to be 2 for Osawana. And they'll bring Salter back in for Borum. Osawana, 2 for 2 at the line so far. 10 points in 10 minutes, now 11. Talk about efficiency. Osawana showing some touch with the jumper, a little from the free throw line too. That one won't go. Young couldn't grab the rebound. It's President headed the other way. Off to the right side for Forrest. Gets a screen from Smith. Skip pass for Salter. Throw her hands. Vance down to the floor for it. She's got it for West Virginia State. Now to Osawana, who's tied up. A whistle and a foul for Smith, who was holding on to Osawana from behind. And that's going to give her free throws on the other end. So 2 more shots coming from Jessica Osawana. She's broken her career high for West Virginia State. That came a year ago against this same Davis and Elkins program. She had 10. And now she's got 12 after making the first free throw. Second shot for her is good. Osawana scored 20 points the whole season last year. She's got 13 tonight for a new career high. Forrest between the circles for Garner. Salter with 98 seconds to go, bouncing it for President on the right side. Fakes a pass back high to Salter. Left wing, Forrest will hoist the three. Back rim off and grabbed by Jalen Vance. Outlet left side to Bright looking up the floor. She pushes it ahead. Nobody picks her up all the way to the hoop. Off balance shot wouldn't go. Osawana tipped the rebound out of bounds back to D&E. Change coming for the Senators as Sydney Prince checks in. Replaces the senior Forrest. 1:18 left fourth quarter. It's a 34-point West Virginia State lead. Garner gets it left side into the high post for Smith. Back to Garner. She'll take an open look at three. It's off the back of the rim. No. Flying in for the rebound. It's picked up by Salter. Back to President. She drives, fakes a pass. Out to Garner. Here's a long two from the left side. That drops in. 1 minute to go. West Virginia State looking to close it out. Down to 50 seconds. Brooks, right side Vance. To Osawana straight away. Young left wing gets the screen and roll there from Osawana. Back to the top of the key for Brooks. Now Bright crosses over to the right hand. Osawana straight away. 10 on the shot clock. Vance not picked up. Going to take a deep three from the left side. Off the front of the rim, out of play. Long rebound back to D&E. Shot clock turned off. 29.6 seconds. All that's left in this one. Salter pushes it into the front court. High post for Smith. Looks for a teammate. Bounces it to Garner. She's going to take the three. Off the back of the rim. Off the backboard. Rebounded by Vance. Outletted to Bright. 15 seconds. Whitney Bays says, slow it down. We don't need a shot. 78-46 is going to be our final score. West Virginia State with a dominant performance for its third conference win of the season, beating Davis and Elkins. A 32-point win moves West Virginia State to 6-7 on the season, 3-4 in Mountain East Conference play. D&E falls to 1-15, and the Senators are 0-8 in the league. Men's basketball coming up next here from the Walker Convocation Center at West Virginia State. Looking at a tip-off time of approximately 8 o'clock here in Institute. You can watch that on Mountain East TV. This has been a presentation of West Virginia State women's basketball on Mountain East Television.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy trails, fuel up the way West Virginians do, at Little General Stores. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
We're there to serve, make sure we're creating a fair atmosphere for both teams, upholding the integrity of the game.
I chose to be an official. It's the best decision I've made.
In life, things aren't scripted. Games aren't pre-scripted. You know, I got into officiating because my father was an official. Officiating was part of our family life. It wasn't just the game.
Get to be outside, get to experience the game. It's so much more fun. You can get a lot out of it.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
It helped me become not only a better official, but a better person.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
And it's just been wonderful.
Your whole health is more than what's on a chart in your doctor's office. That's why WellPoint has Medicaid plans that care for the whole you, with places that unlock potential. Care that speaks your language and comes to you on your terms. Medicaid from WellPoint. Your whole health is our whole point.
All right, clock has started. So let's go ahead and go on the air at 7:48. That'll put us right in line to start at 7:58, which is what we're counting down to. All right. I'm going to have the headset off for a minute here real quick, but I will be back soon.